Alright, moving right along, we're going to make this little project, which is the little purse out of the 2.5-inch circle punch, which is in the new holiday mini catalog. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of designer series paper and you're going to punch one circle and then cut it in half. I just cut it in half with scissors. It doesn't even have to be straight in half. And then this one, you're going to cut 2 of them out of cardstock. And for this one, I'll show you what I did. I took the paper cutter, oops, and I put it in so that the edge of the circles, I'll turn it around, so the edge of the circles were on this 1/2 inch mark that runs right here. So you just need to take off approximately a 1/2 inch, cut them both at the same time so they're exactly the same, and you're ready to go. Now, for this project, you want to turn both of your circles upside down and make sure you have a line like your grid paper or something so that you can get them straight. And what you're going to do is just kind of slide this down here until you recreate the image of the circle so that you have the whole circle again, and then it fits perfectly. So take your scissors and just cut off the excess from here and do exactly the same thing on this, the other half of the circle. Slide your circle down. See how it's wide right there? Slide it down till it looks like it fits. I moved it. You gotta make sure it's straight. That's probably good right there. And then trim this excess. If it's not perfectly straight, you can trim it. I mean, nobody's perfect. Alright, then you have your 2 fronts, and as you can see, this one is quite a bit crooked, so I must have wiggled it while I showed you. So I'm going to choose that as my front piece, and I'm going to tie a piece of ribbon around it. Now, I hope you all know the trick about ribbon. If you're tying it in a knot, you need 1, 2, 3 lengths of what you're tying it around. If you're tying it in a bow, then you need 4 lengths. 1, 2, 3, and a 4 of what you're tying it around. This one is a knot, so I'm just going to tie it around here. That's a really good thing to know. It's a really good thing to tell your customers, especially if you've got somebody who's planning a large event with lots of invitations or Christmas cards, and then they can measure out how many inches of ribbon they need, and then you know exactly how many rolls of ribbon for them to order. It's handy for them to know, but it's better for you to know because you've got to know how much to sell them. That means more to you probably than it does to them. Alright, and then just make it straight. Take your scissors and cut it off. And then we're going to go ahead and make the little box. Again, this is just a little rectangle piece of paper. I'll give you the measurements for them. I've pre-scored it so that I can cut on the score lines for you. Fold everything up first and then turn it over. What you need to do is you need to just cut up to the intersecting score line to make the little box. But I'm quite annoyed when things hang over the edge, so I always cut just a little teeny tiny V out of it, and then one side never hangs over the other. And then just pull out these little pieces. And that one. And then on this little edge right here, we don't need him. We're just going to cut him off altogether. So I'll lay this down so you can see exactly what we have. This is what it will look like. It'll have little V's taken out of it. Then, now I would go back and actually really fold on the score lines. Make sure it's nice and crisp. Otherwise your box isn't straight when it stands up, and you definitely want it to be straight if you're demonstrating in front of somebody. Peel off the sticky strip. Put your 2 edges together. Okay. Well, fold in the box, fold in this, peel off the last little piece of sticky strip, and stick it on, making sure that your little box is straight. And that's what you have. Now I'm going to put handles on this little purse, and because this is circular, I want to make sure that the handles don't show around the box. So to avoid that, I'm just going to put them on the box. If I can find my mini glue dots. Here we go. So just load up one mini glue dot on the end of each of these ribbons and just glue it right to the box. For this handle, I chose 4.5 inches of ribbon. That was just how long I thought it looked best. You can choose however you want. If you only have enough for them to have a 4-inch handle, then that's what they get. So just make sure that you've got it even on both sides. Okay? And then we're going to take mini glue dots again, or you could use sticky strip. I actually used sticky strip at the presentation that I did, but I'm going to use mini dots for this one because they're across the room. Alright, so lay it down so that it's straight, and what you're going to do is just line up the bottom of this with the bottom of your circle, and then just center it. Very, very, very easy to do. So you center it, it looks nice. Turn it over, put some more glue dots on the box, because if you put them on the circle, you might miss where the box is. So put 4 of those little guys on there. Turn this one over and put it on. If you want ribbon on both sides, you can. It's no big deal. And then this perfectly fits. I sized it so that it would hold 2 Hershey nuggets. Make sure you cover these with Designer Series paper so that they can see how fun that is also. And, oh come on. I'm telling you, they do fit. I have to get my head in here so I can see what I'm doing. How funny is that? Hold on while I manhandle this chocolate. Okay, here we go. Might get frustrated and eat it. There, they fit perfectly. See, I told ya. Alright, and then the very last thing that I did is I took the tiny tag set and chose the words that say Mary, and then just punched it with that little tiny jewelry tag, which is way too small for anybody to play with, but it sure is cute. And then I would definitely pre-do this. I poke a little hole in it with the paper piercing tool and run your linen thread through it. There's no way I'd try to thread this in front of people. And just tie it onto the handle. Trim your excess. And there you have your cute little Designer Series paper purse. Ready to go. Cute, huh? So that's an easy one. I was actually going to do that for my make and take for the show that I did, but my 2.5-inch circle punch was broken when I received it, so I was waiting for them to ship me a new one. So I didn't exactly get that done, or they didn't do that, so I came up with a different make and take, which is what this is.